Hey everybody, this is Atticus the Death Miller. I have not really planned on making this video at all, but as you probably know from the news yesterday at the very start of June, some big news really happened, which happens to be the follow-up of my video on toxic femininity and the closure, the conclusion of the Amber Heard Chronicles. Now, I have heard around that the verdict was going to be made at this trial over the defamation of Johnny Depp, and I mean, a lot of people were on edge, but I just knew deep down that the results were going to be good, and I was right. Johnny Depp was found not guilty at all whatsoever. He is done in the best ways possible, and Amber Heard lost.
You were the clock that was ticking in my home. Changed my state of mind.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Love so hard to find.
we got him.
All I gotta say is that I'm just very happy for Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp came in there, he had pretty much everyone by his side. People like me, some black guy, Repsion, amongst other people that have been rooting from him since everyone found out about this whole Amber Heard debacle. Like, all of us are just absolutely ecstatic and happy for him. Alas, not a whole lot of people are really happy over this whole outcome. Now, I know this is like a video that I was not planning on making. This is all just rambling here and stuff, but I'm just gonna try and just bring out my final 2 cents before I go into the absolute conclusions of this whole thing. Amber Heard actually made a post about it on Instagram, and I'm really going to be reading it, so here we go. The disappointment I feel today is beyond words. I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence still was not enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, bullshit. I'm even more disappointed with what this verdict means for other women. It's a setback. It sets back the clock to a time when a woman who spoke up and spoke out could be publicly shamed and humiliated. It sets back the idea that violence against women is to be taken seriously. I believe Johnny's attorney succeeded in getting the jury to overlook the key issue of freedom of speech and ignore evidence that was so conclusive that we won in the UK. No. You aren't doing freedom of speech. You are fucking slandering your ex-husband. And there was evidence to back all that shit up. No pun intended. I'm sad I lost the case, but I am sadder that I seem to have lost a right I thought I had as an American to speak freely and openly.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Yeah, absolutely. You have the freedom to say what you want in this country, but if you are being an absolute fucking smear merchant, it's not even, it's the exact fucking opposite. And I mean, as I stated earlier on my last video, talking about Crystal Mangum and the Duke Lacrosse scandal and Sabrina Erdely on the UVA rape scandal, like, both women got away scot-free. Jackie, the victim of the UVA rape scandal, the supposed victim, got away scot-free. Crystal Mangum got away scot-free. With those men that they accused, basically their whole lives ruined. Absolutely ruined. And what really fucking pains me is that there's still people bitching, pissing, crying, and moaning about this whole thing. And there's even people, some people that have the gall to say, oh, we must kill all these right-wingers, all this other stuff. You can't just be a centrist and all this other shit, are the ones being, both Johnny and Amber were both being toxic for one another. They were both being abusive to each other. When in fact, like, the evidence says otherwise. There was even a point in which they brought Kate Moss over because Amber, being the fucking smear merchant she was, had to say like, oh, Johnny was abusive toward Kate Moss. Then they brought Kate Moss over where she was all like, I have no right to be over here. I don't even know why the fuck I'm over here. Yes, I slipped and fell when I was with Johnny Depp, but Johnny actually took care of me. So, yeah, every lie that she stated was like a domino effect. Instead of like countries turning over to communism, it was all the lies that Amber Heard spilt. I just don't know. I just don't know anymore because there was legit fucking evidence right into people's faces, and yet people are still wanting to play fence sitter, or the fact that they still think that Johnny Depp is a fucking abuser and shit, or that, you know, his association with signing that one thing about Roman Polanski, or being friends with Marilyn Manson. And by the way, there's talk about Marilyn Manson being innocent. I still have my views on what I said on Marilyn Manson, and if all that stuff on what I said is false and there's concrete hard evidence that Marilyn Manson is innocent, I will make a video where I will retract everything that I have said. Until then, I'm still holding my breath. Metaphorically, not literally. But this absolutely brings closure. I can still remember that when the trial was going on and then people were commenting on my first two videos. I mean, a lot of people have said, dude, your videos have aged like fine wine. And it's just wonderful that, like, I mean, I was right the entire time. So all I gotta say to all of you who watch my videos on Amber Heard, thank you all for actually taking the time to watch the videos all the way through, actually seeing all the evidence on the contrary, learning, you know, listening to what I had to say. I was just, you know, following up on what a lot of other people were saying, like Some Black Guy and Repsion. I gotta give Some Black Guy most of the credit because he, in my opinion, was like the first one to actually talk about this shit, along with other people like Johnny Depp's ex-wife Vanessa Paradis, one of Johnny Depp's friends Doug Stanhope, that were actually talking about this whole thing. Like, I mean, this was a guy that was slandered and defamed. He had Warner Brothers and Disney, you know, let him go for jobs over this fucking bullshit. I mean, this guy almost had his life ruined. And this just goes to like a lot of abuse victims still going on, or like people that have gone away from their abuse victims. My friend Jennifer Ranilla said this best. They're not gonna stop. They will not stop even after you split, because they will defame and slander you. Take screenshots, you know, record voice messages, you know, record yourself in arguments with these people. Gather all that fucking evidence, because that is your absolute major fucking weapon. I should use that myself. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I should have done when I was at my former job, where my supervisor treated me like absolute fucking shit. There's a lot of stuff that I should have done, but I didn't. But with all this stuff going on and a new set of confidence, I now have those tools. And I'm just great knowing that Johnny finally has all that stuff down the drain. And so, Johnny, cheers to you. I'm Atticus the Death Metaler. Hope you like this video. Subscribe to my channel. Links are down in the description below on the Amber Heard Chronicles playlist. Keep it metal. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Have an excellent and blessed day, y'all. And yes, my camera battery died right when I was about to do a drink, but Johnny, cheers.